Are you tired of feeling distracted? Do you want to build unstoppable focus and improve your English at the same time? Today, you will learn English through a powerful story about a man who lost everything because he could not focus, until an old book changed his life forever. Listen closely to the story because it contains a secret rule that will change your mind too. To get the most value from this video, we will use the shadowing technique. First, listen to the story carefully. Second, watch it again, pause after each sentence, and repeat the words aloud. This will train your brain to speak English naturally and confidently. Let's begin our story. Chapter 1. The Distracted Man. Thomas sat at his desk. His computer screen was bright, showing 5 different windows. His phone vibrated on the table. A new message appeared. He opened it immediately. Then he looked at his emails. 20 minutes passed. Thomas looked at his clock and sighed. He had a very important project to finish today. If he failed, he would lose his job. But Thomas could not focus. His mind was always jumping from one thought to another. He felt tired. He felt stressed. Why can I not finish anything? Thomas asked himself aloud. Suddenly his manager walked into the room. Her face was serious. Thomas, the client is waiting for the report, she said coldly. You have exactly 24 hours or you are off this project. Thomas felt a cold sweat on his neck. His hands started to shake. He needed this job to pay his rent and help his family. He had to change, and he had to change right now. Chapter 2. The Mystery in the Library. After work, Thomas did not go home. He walked through the rainy streets to the old city library. The library was quiet and smelled of old paper. Thomas wanted a quiet place to work without his phone. He walked past rows of tall bookshelves. At the very back of the library, he saw a small dusty table. On the table sat a strange black book. It did not have a title on the cover. Thomas picked it up. A small piece of paper fell out of the pages. On the paper, someone wrote a message in elegant handwriting. The mind is a wild animal. If you try to fight it, you lose. If you guide it, you become unstoppable. Thomas frowned. He sat down and opened the first page of the book. The book told the story of an ancient warrior. This warrior was not the strongest, and he was not the fastest. But he had a secret weapon. He possessed the power of absolute attention. The warrior could see an arrow flying through the air in slow motion. He could hear a single footstep in a loud storm. Thomas read the pages quickly. He forgot about his phone. He forgot about the time. Then, halfway through the book, the text suddenly stopped. The next page was completely blank. Chapter 3. The Golden Rule. Thomas searched the blank page. He touched the paper. Suddenly he saw tiny letters written at the very bottom. They were hidden in the shadow of the page. The letters formed one simple sentence. To find the secret of focus, you must close your eyes and find the one thing that matters most today. Thomas closed his eyes. At first, he saw chaos. He thought about his angry manager. He thought about his rent. He thought about his phone. But then he took a deep breath. He breathed in the quiet air of the library. He asked himself, what is the one thing I need to do right now? The answer was clear. He needed to write the first paragraph of his report. Just one paragraph. Not the whole report, just the beginning. Thomas opened his eyes. The library was dark now. The clock on the wall showed 9 p.m. He stood up, packed his bag, and left the black book on the table. But he kept the small piece of paper in his pocket. Chapter 4. The Transformation. The next morning, Thomas arrived at the office early. The room was empty and quiet. He placed his phone inside his backpack. Then he put the backpack inside his locker. He did not open 5 windows on his computer. He opened only one. Thomas looked at the clock. He set a timer for 25 minutes. For 25 minutes, I only exist for this report, he whispered to himself. He began to type. His fingers moved quickly across the keyboard. His mind tried to wander. It told him to check the news. It told him to get coffee. But Thomas remembered the warrior. He guided his mind back to the words on the screen. The timer rang. Thomas looked at his screen in surprise. He wrote 3 pages. They were perfect. He took a 5-minute break, walked to the window, and breathed deeply. Then he did it again. By noon, the report was completely finished. It was the best work he had ever done. Chapter 5. Unstoppable. At 2 p.m., the manager called Thomas into her office. The client was sitting next to her. The client looked at Thomas and smiled broadly. "Thomas, this report is excellent," the client said. "It is clear, precise, and brilliant." The manager looked. "You have finished the story. Excellent job. Now, it is time to practice your speaking. To build your confidence and improve your pronunciation, you must use the shadowing technique. Please replay this video from Chapter 1. Listen to one sentence, pause the video, and speak the sentence aloud. Match the speed and the tone of my voice. If you do this every day, your English will become as unstoppable as Thomas's focus. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more English learning stories. See you in the next lesson.